Hello, my name is Maxine Samone. I'm here to share a touch of Venus with you. My intention is to help you build a better relationship with yourself so you can have a better relationship with the world around you. We're going to get right into it. You know the drill. If you're interested in personal readings, they can only be booked through atouchofvenus.com, okay? We have hold your center. Beautiful. Number 34. Oh, I love this. I was picturing something similar to this not something similar to this, but essentially in my meditation earlier today, just like light around me. Like, the world is going through big changes right now, okay? Like, I think Pluto's moving to Aquarius today or tomorrow, one of these days. That's a huge transit. That's a generational thing. That's a collective shift, big collective shift. And it feels like there may be some chaos going around, but it's all in divine timing, all of those beautiful things. But all you're asked to do is hold your center, be the eye of the storm, okay? It does show this lady here holding a ball of light. But what I was picturing earlier was like, what came to me specifically was like pearlescent light, like imagining pearly, opal-esque light. I don't know if that is a different type of light or energy to tap into. I don't know if you feel called to explore that, but that is kind of what's coming through. That's kind of what I see right here. Not just like a golden light. She's like holding the golden light, but this, you know, pearlescent light. Okay, we're going to look into this. Let's see. Number 34. Just side note, something that just came through. A lot of people are going to be going through their dark night of the soul. Like a lot of people. So as this shit is getting shaken up, all you're asked to do is hold your center. Good evening. Hello, how are you? I see my aunt just joined as well, and that's all about balance, restoring balance, spiritual law, all of those beautiful things. Says stillness is the tonic your soul needs now. Have you been rushing out to meet others, trying to bend or accommodate their needs or desires at the expense of your own well-being and your inner peace? Or perhaps you have been faithful to your purpose, but have been overworking, trying to accomplish too much too soon. You need to return to your center to strengthen your energy and own your boundaries. Firmly plant your feet and do not move. Feel your feet anchoring you like a beautiful tree so that you are steady and supported. From that place of peaceful strength, your light is able to radiate generously to the world. Be determined, but still. I love that. Be determined, but still. Take this moment to reorient yourself. Let yourself experience quiet certainty as you hold yourself steady with presence. I love that. The first line says you're learning to trust your own instincts, to take your journey respectfully and without comparison to the life path of another. So if you've been feeling like you're in this like holding space, or you're like feeling this inspiration, wanting to take action, finally getting to the space of like, okay, I'm going to take inspired action, but then you want to get it all done in like one day, you know what I'm saying, or 1 week, or like this month, or you're setting these like harsh expectations of yourself. Spirit is saying that we don't have to do that. We don't want to take the whole old constructs of the old world into the new world. You know, we get to operate on a different mode of time that is much more cyclical. It's also very individual. Everyone has their own inner clock, inner compass, you know. That's beautiful. A nice little reminder. For many unique souls who were misunderstood or undervalued for who they were as children, the urge to conform, to change, or to be other than their true self in order to be loved can be a hard pattern to break. A word. That's just stood out to me. Okay. So, let's get into it. So that's our overall energy. We do have on the bottom of the deck Ascension. So you're definitely experiencing what came through earlier is like Pandora's box has opened, you know, and not in a bad, scary way, like, oh shit, open Pandora's box, everything's opening. No, it's like an unfolding, like it's finally like the lotus like blooming, you know. But That is the worst, when you see a beautiful flower and it's blooming and then somebody comes and like starts fucking with it. Let it bloom. You know what I'm saying? Let it be. Let it do its thing, you know? Let yourself do your thing. You know, your higher self is guiding you right now. And we have to trust in that. We have to trust in the divine guidance that Source is bestowing upon us. Okay. Let's see. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What's kind of coming through, though, is that you have this collective, very much like warrior spirit. You know what I'm saying? So you have a good defined masculine energy as well. So, or you've been working to define that. And so it's like bringing that back, bringing it into balance, you know, because not everything has to be a battle. Not everything has to be a war. Not everything has to be go, go, go. Not everything, you know, we are like heavy in the Mars energy right now, you know. What did I say? Heavy in the Mars energy. Mars. And that was the one that was spinning. I was waiting for it to like stop spinning. Because I didn't know if it was going to be upright or reverse. But Mars. And then soul. We're balancing these two things. Like allowing your soul to give the like instruction, the intuition, the intuitive guidance. And then your Mars comes in and backs that up with action. You know what I'm saying? But right now it feels like the Mars energy is kind of at the forefront because that's what we're used to doing. That's how we're used to surviving and operating. And so we're reworking that right now. We have third house messages. As I say that, like I said, your soul is delivering message. Your higher self is delivering messages right now. One more, please. Yes, we have Capricorn. I use. It's interesting because, like I said, I mentioned that Pluto moving out of Capricorn into Aquarius, you know, and we have Grand Cross Provoker on the bottom of the deck in the reverse, meaning that, like, we feel the shift. That does not mean that the other shoe is about to drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to, like, again, be the eye of the storm. Like, just because we feel shifts does not mean that it's going to be a bad change, you know? I feel like when we start to feel shifts, we start to feel the energy shift, we're, like, either getting in preparation mode or looking to defend ourselves, you know, because we've had to go through a lot. This collective, we've had to go through a lot. Okay. So it's not necessarily like bad. It's just patterning that we have to rework. But the Capricorn here, it's interesting because we are working to build a new foundation, you know, and Capricorn is the long-term, long game, you know, and so we want to do this sustainably, and we want to do it in a way that we want to do it in a sustainable way, but we want to build something that incorporates rest, that incorporates, you know, feeding our soul, that incorporates all these other things that the old Capricorn way of doing things, you know, didn't necessarily prioritize. So I feel like it's interesting because Capricorn shows up like symbology wise two different ways. It has the goat, and then there's the sea goat. So I feel like we're moving from the goat, which in tarot would be technically like the devil card, you know, the limitations, the matrix, all of these things. And we're moving into the sea goat, the incorporation of the water and the earth, incorporating like a sustainable way of being able to navigate both in the spiritual realm and the physical, you know. So Spirit is saying we're all going through ascension symptoms, even if you've been doing the work, especially if you've been doing the work, and you're really being prepared. It feels like you are preparing, and Spirit is preparing something for you at the same time. It's like you can feel this preparation. So you're like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? You've already been doing the work, you know. On the other hand, like I said, there are going to be people that are going through their dark nights of the soul. So you can also be picking up on their, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that, you know, so make sure that you're staying on top of your energetic cleansing, your shielding, your routines, you know, all those beautiful things. Let's see. I'm going to get some more details. Where's your soul leading you to right now? So yes, Mars force, this is clarifying insecurity. And what we talk about, this is unhealthy masculine energies when You feel like you have to overcompensate, you know, maybe even for the big vision that you're receiving, the downloads that you're getting. You could feel like, I don't feel paralyzed. I feel like you're doing like the collective's just doing too much. I'm saying, like, it feels like Spirit is giving you these visions, these downloads, because you're capable. They see you as the perfect vessel for said thing, you know? Look at that beautiful heart space. But then it's like the old way of doing things, this very action-oriented, masculine, like wounded masculine way of doing things. It starts to make you question, like, about your resources. I need to start gathering. I need to start How am I going to make this happen? And it starts to, it's triggering that wounded masculine aspect, not just individually, but on the collective level. That's what we're moving out of, is like this toxic, wounded masculine patriarchy. You know what I'm saying? So what you're feeling is a reflection of the changes that are happening in the collective. And then we have Destiny. You can't make it up. Soul, Destiny. Clarifying. Like, that's a completely different vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's a completely different thing. It's like giving time to connect to your spirit team. You know, you're integrated with your light and dark. When these triggers come up, they're invitations for you to sit with the parts of you that feel like scrambling, that feel like, you know, doing all that, and you don't really know why you're doing it, like running around like a chicken with your head cut off. And Spirit is saying, just spend some time at your altar space. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you the 2 or 3 things that we would like you to accomplish or to work on today. And even if they don't make logical sense, just cross those things off, and then you will see in the bigger picture how these things connect. You know, I really feel like that's a great practice to do, is to just try to take in your meditation, sit at your altar space and ask for guidance, ask for your higher self to guide you, ask for source to send you, you know, the best ways to use your time today. After you've already prioritized taking care of yourself to emotionally regulate yourself, meaning you fed yourself, you've drunk some water, you've moved your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, you journaled, whatever helps you to regulate your emotions so that your mind is clear when you go sit at your altar space, you know? Or if something is coming up in your, as I say that, perception comes out. Clarifying third house messages. I feel like I'm on point today. But I feel like Spirit is saying that all the doubt and all of that comes in when we're not regulating our emotions, and then it clouds our mind space and our ability to receive the messages, you know? So if there's something that is coming up, or say you're journaling, or something's really bothering you, that is the opportunity to bring that to your altar and be like, this is really bothering me. I don't know what the fuck to do. I really need help with this. I require this. I need resources for this, you know? And then they're going to give you whatever they give you, even if it's all, not conventional, alternative, you know? Says Capricorn, I use is clarified by rejection, which is really interesting because I feel like this collective, you're very creative. You're very creative. I feel like the things, if you were to think about, actually, if you weren't able to think, if you were to not think, and if somebody were to ask you first answer, first thing that comes to mind, what do you want to do? It could be something very creative, because we do see rejection, and we have this artist here. Kind of looks like they're having like, what is it called? Like blank canvas syndrome or something like that, where it's like, I don't know how to start. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll do it later. All the things. So even when you receive those downloads of like, maybe you get a creative idea while you're sitting at the altar, like, go paint this, go create this product, go write this blog post, go make this video, whatever your creative expression is. You think about, you hear it, you're like, that sounds like it would be fun, but how is it going to make me money? But how is it going to, but how, you know what I'm saying? exactly what I'm talking about in the comments. Will I make $10,000 but $100,000 next month? I don't know. Ask your spirit team. Will you make $100,000 next month? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like these moments that are going, they're breadcrumbs of bliss. They're trying to get you to start doing the things that you like to do, you know? And Spirit is saying that you're not being honest with yourself with your to-do list sometimes. Like, you're doing the things that you feel like you should be doing versus the thing that you actually want to do. And Spirit is saying if you just did the things that you want to do, you would experience the expansion that you want. We have expansion in the reverse. If you did the things that we're asking you to do that are in alignment with your soul and what you actually want to do, if you really, today call me out. No, I'm yelling at myself today because I literally, in my meditation that I was telling you that I had this morning, I literally was like, oh, I should create this. And I sat down and I bought the template to like create said thing. And I started getting overwhelmed looking at the blank page. And I was like, how do I want this to look? I don't know. I've never done this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a vision for what I would like it to look like, but I don't know how to do this. And And it's like, you're starting or you're stopping before you're even starting, you know? I did start it. I'm proud of myself. I started doing it, you know, but it's definitely coming through that, like, those ideas are the things that need to come to fruition, you know? You're not going crazy. You're not like taking a risk, you know, or wasting your time, things like that. As I say, that dissipating is on the bottom of the deck, and this is like someone literally watching TV wasting their time. This is how you feel. Sometimes your mind will convince you like this is a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't. You have to do this. This is the formula. So many people do this. You know, as we were seeing in this beginning of this reading, it was saying you can't be comparing yourself to others. We keep like being on the track, we're on our lane, and then we look over and then we're stumbling, we're tripping, we're falling. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got to stay focused. And as I say, that passion flies out on hold your center. That is what we need to be focused on. That is what's going to keep us, you know, on track. This is actually a beautiful reading because yes, and growth comes out in the reverse on Mars. It's the insecurities that hold us back. It's the busy work that holds us back. It's the being busy versus being productive. Productive looks different in the new world. Productive looks passion-led. That's a word. You know what I'm saying? Productive is passion-led. Perfection. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing, like, Spirit, like I said, looks at you and they're like, this is the perfect vessel. We created the perfect vessel. The experiences you had are so perfect to translate what needs to be said. You're the perfect channel. Spirit wants to speak through you. That is something that I asked myself today too while I was in my meditation. I said, what wants to work through me today? And that's when I got those creative ideas. So, I don't know. I feel like we'll want one more. Anything else? I love when the cards fly out, but they didn't have to go on my ginger tea like that, okay? Self-worth. Yes. I love that this actually came in the ginger tea because I am drinking a honey, like citron, ginger, turmeric tea or something. Very activating for the sacral. You know, all this orange and all of that, like anti-inflammatory, which could also be like, you know, eating things that help with the sacral, clearing up any tummy issues, which is very much connected to, like, Virgo is connected to the intestines and the digestive system, and that's also connected to the anxiety. Having your gut clear can also like help with clearing the mind and your perception. And also, you know, when Virgo is overdoing it, overworking, doing the Virgo things, they're overthinking. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he said up. Yep, he said up. Yep. all that I need to do. Yes. Let me take a sip of this. Actually, they're like, actually, go ahead and take some of that. Yes, the orange foods, the warm foods, you know, soups, things to like calm this area down, you know, probiotics and all those beautiful things. But they're saying like what you're waiting for is waiting for you, actually. Your throne is waiting for you. And it feels like, specifically, this is very interesting. We're in the winter, well, we're in fall right now, but it feels like if you get started on this right now, then by not even like next season, it feels like, you know, we're in the middle of fall, but like you may see some results coming in winter. I just smiled because I saw, when I look down here, it's like a little angel in the snow, you know. It's giving inner child, but it's also being guided, you know. He said, in my heart, I'm in winter. Joy. So we got to get this, the heart space. I'm hearing that song. I got an ice box where my heart used to be. We got to melt it. You know what I'm saying? With the heat, we gotta add some fire, you know, that passion, that flame, through our joy, through our creative work, through our creativity. Yes, and then we have miracle popping out. It was in the reverse, but we have completion on the bottom as well. So I'm taking this as you work on that creative project and watch a miracle happen in your life, take place in your life, this resurrection of yourself, because it feels like she's coming up. Also out of like what feels like a chopped down tree. That feels connected to your ancestry as well. There's something bigger. I've had other readings about this, talking to content creators or people that feel called to create things. You know, I'm glad that you're here to hear it. But something about the content creation journey, something about the creative journey being connected to the ancestors and allowing them to express themselves through you is so healing, not just for yourself in this lifetime and healing your rejection or abandonment or all of these inner child wounds, but also for your ancestors that did not have the space, the environment, the timeline to be able to, you know, express themselves. I don't know why it makes me approve some comments and some of them I don't, but it says my ancestors are very present. Yes, I feel the ancestors have been very present lately. We got a little candle going right here, you know, and it's just like we have to. This is also a part of, in my personal opinion, a part of their veneration. You know, is by us taking advantage of the opportunities and the level of freedom that we do have in this lifetime. You know, while we still have to work through ancestral karma, while we still have to work through ancestral debt and karmic debt and our own lessons and things like that, we are in a new time. We are literally entering into a new world. It's bigger than just this one project. You know what I'm saying? We may think about it when we get into the minutia of the things, you know, and again, the blank canvas things, the insecurities that we face in our own, doesn't mean that it's not hard, but we have to sometimes zoom out and remind ourselves of it's bigger than us. And sometimes that may be a motivating factor, you know, like that could get us off our ass and do it. But sometimes, depending on who you are and how you interpret things, your perception of things, you know, that could also be really overwhelming. So I guess it just depends on who you are and how you view things, you know. But I think sometimes it's easier to do things for others than it is yourself. I find that to be accurate a lot of times, although it shouldn't be that way, you know. And so sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes it be like that, you know. Like if you can't do it for yourself, do it for your ancestors. If you still can't do it for the ancestors and for yourself, do it for all the people that would be positively affected inspired by your work, you know? And if you can't do it for that, I don't know. You know, I don't know. You have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. We have your dreams need a practical plan, clarifying. Oops. And then nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. We just had full moon in Taurus. I don't really feel, well, I mean, I feel like you're going to be getting downloads, you know, about what to do next. It's giving very aligned, pointed direction for you, practical steps to take that Spirit is going to be showing you. Again, it may not make logical sense, but they are practical steps. You know what I'm saying? So we just had the full moon in Taurus, is clarifying destiny and soul. And then we have nothing is yet set in stone, perception. This is a mutable moon, clarifying the third house messages. So it's like in this void space, as you are receiving these like downloads or this direction from Spirit, Spirit is saying that lean into the best possible outcome. You know, lean into the miracles. Believe in miracles. Don't let your past hold you back. Clarifying Capricorn. Literally, they're like, we are moving out of a time, out of this old time. We have 777 joining. We're out of this Pluto and Capricorn. We're out of the limitations. We're out of the self-imposed limitations, you know? We're out of this karmic era, because that is like Pluto and Capricorn is like clearing hella karma. You know what I'm saying? Moving out of the 3D into the 5D, we have to lean into the best possible outcome as we're in this void space as a collective. But on the individual level, it helps to raise the collective vibration if we're all doing this individually. This is how we're going to experience expansion. And we have literally expect a powerful change. All the cards are flying on the floor. Things that we cannot yet see, but that we can choose to imagine. You know what I'm saying? That's what it kind of feels like. Adjustments are required. And your commitment is being tested. It's time to take action. I really feel like when I see this action though, the Aries, this is the new moon in Aries. Aries in its higher elevation is a leader. They believe in themselves. They don't hesitate. They're very intuitive because they go with their first gut, and there's like no, and I see 555 joining. There's no like hesitation. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I got this, because they don't know. It's like, you know, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. They're the baby of the zodiac. They don't know what no means. You know what I'm saying? They're going for it. They believe in themselves. They're like, if anybody's going to do it, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? That is elevated Aries energy. And so Spirit is saying, with all these purple cards, the downloads that you're getting from the divine, you know, these are the adjustments that they're asking you to make in order to align with the new world. You know what I'm saying? So this is when, these are the times, you know, this is the time that we put everything that we've been learning on this journey into action. This is like, okay, we're done with training. We're done with school. You might be learning new things. You might be coming across new modalities, things like that. You may be expanding your business, again, creating new projects and things. But this is the time that we start putting that healing work that we've been doing, learning how to regulate our nervous system, learning how to find gratitude in everything, doing our shadow work. This is when we start putting it into action in our daily life so that our triggers don't hold us back from creating the life that we want to live, you know? So this is like, okay, now we're really in the game now. You know what I'm saying? We're really playing the game. Are you ready to play the game? Are you going to still sit on the bench? You know? Are you going to step into and claim that throne that is waiting for you? You know, it feels like nothing is really holding you back except for your own ability to work through your own insecurities, you know? I saw a comment. 1 second. Purple is my color. Purple is the color of royalty. I love that. Let's get into the tarot. What tarot deck do I want to use? We're going to use our Old Faithful. Old Faithful. As I cut the deck, we have the Magician. Yes, the Magician. This tea got all over my card. It like really splashed everywhere. All over the insecurity card. Okay. The Devil card as well. You know what I'm saying? Which one are you going to lean into? We have the Nine of Wands in reverse. We have Strength. Spirit is asking you to put down the title of Wounded Healer, Wounded Warrior, Wounded. You know what I'm saying? You've done enough healing. Like I said, it's time to play the game. And this takes courage, not brute strength, not willpower. It takes courage. It takes heart. You know what I'm saying? It takes creativity. It takes expression. It takes vulnerability. There's power in vulnerability. We have Death. So big transition. And then we have the Queen of Wands. This is where we see what you're made of. Spirit is saying we want to see what you're made of. This isn't tryouts anymore. This is playing the game for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. It's using in this void space. You know what I'm saying? You said Queen of Wands is my card. I love the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is top-notch energy. In the void space, everyone, like we're saying, the collective is going through ego death. You know what I'm saying? In this darkness, in this void space that this collective has experienced many a time, you know, you are that guiding light. Through your expression, you are going to be leading other people out of this dark space. This is also a part of your transformation. You know what I'm saying? This is through your expression, through your teachings, through your embodiment, because Queen of Wands is also about embodiment and confidence, you know, and courage and all of those things. Also passion and fun, and like Queen of Wands' schedule is packed, you know, but it's not doing a bunch of shit that she doesn't like to do. She continues to have that amount of energy and you know what I'm saying? That fire in her, because she loves doing everything that she's doing. You know, she can manage it all. She's the Queen of Fire. You know, she keeps that flame going. It's very passionate, very like, this is like your rebirth of that passionate energy. If you've been going through any kind of slump, if you've been feeling like life's just not making sense, or if you've been feeling like, you know, like you've just been having to do a lot of shit that you don't want to do, you know, like this is the time to break that pattern. And through that, you're going to be teaching other people that yes, it is doable to live a life that you love to live, not a life that you have to take a break from just on the weekends, you know? Seven of Swords in reverse, dispelling the illusions. Dispelling the illusions. You are a walking tower. Literally, this is a very disruptive energy, but in a beautiful way. You know what I'm saying? Like slashing through the illusions, but through your embodiment with your creative projects, by allowing people to be inspired by what you create. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really feels like creative projects, you know, and like you expressing that in your unique way, whatever that looks like for you. You know, everybody's going to be different, but it does feel like we literally have a new cycle of the world. And look at who's sitting on top of the world, the Divine Mother. And she's sitting out here with her wings out, you know, like you've been going through this transition of like, essentially, you know, you've been in that phase from like caterpillar to whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, breaking out of the cocoon. We have Denise, and she has the little butterflies joining. in the chat, and even on here, the Queen of Wands, she has the butterfly over here. You've been in this space of developing who you are, you know, and even I think I read somewhere that butterflies in the cocoon, they have to develop the muscles also, like the muscles to be able to like flap their wings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been in this development phase. I feel like I said in another reading, an Earth Gang lyric was, it feels like spirit or life's had my spirit on a bench press or something. That's essentially what you've been going through. You've been going through training, you know, and now spirit is saying that this is a new cycle where your wings are out. It's time to fly, you know. It's time to do the thing as we have the sun come out. Like I said, it's like melting the heart space, allowing the heart to shine, being untamed, unbridled, like not domesticated, breaking out of the matrix. It's like all these beautiful things, also scary to be the first one at the leading edge of society doing those things. However, like, you're making way. You are like they call it a waymaker, I think, or like a trailblazer, you know, the hermit. Like I said, it's scary to do it, to be at the front lines of society and creating this new world, you know. But I feel like this collective has also, because you've been in this cocooning, spirit has had your soul on a bench press or whatever, however you'd like to say it, you know. You've already been doing it alone, you know. If there's anything that are related to your insecurities about rejection or anything, those are definitely old wounds coming up to be released, you know what I'm saying. I don't feel this need to like go into a huge, like a hermit mode to rebuild your confidence. I feel like spirit is asking you to go out and be loud about what you're doing. You're already alone, essentially. I feel like they're like, you done already lost some people. You only have things to gain. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're like, you already been isolated. You've already had to go through your healing journey. You already know it's lonely at the bottom. Might as well be lonely at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the vibe. They're like, what do you have to lose? I think that was done on purpose. As I say that, the Ace of Cups, they're like, yes, this was a gift. You know what I'm saying? Separating you and putting you in this space was a gift so that you could connect with yourself. You could pour into yourself. You could also receive the downloads uninterrupted without the worry of other people's perception of you. So now that you are in this alone space, you might as well climb to the top. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any baggage. You don't have any weight. As I say that, the Emperor, you are literally a new world leader. You are on the front lines. That's why I said this collective does have like this warrior spirit, but it's important that we put down the title of wounded warrior, you know, and we start going into like new world leader, trailblazer. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, use that warrior attitude and determination, you know, but we don't have to keep identifying with wounded and all those things. You know what I'm saying? Crossing the world and the sun is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is like, I just got hella chills. Like, they're saying this is literally the time that you have been waiting for. You have, like, you came here, you incarnated for this time right now. For this specific time right now, you know? You said, yes, I felt this in my soul, was just channeling my inner highest artistic self. It felt magical. Yes. That's what I'm saying. It's like you've developed this outer shell of like a warrior-esque. You have a warrior spirit, but the artist that wants to come out is that inner child. You know what I'm saying? That inner child wants to come out and start creating things. And you've developed this warrior, this exterior, this filtration system with your boundaries, with your higher level consciousness. It's created a safer environment for the inner child to come out to essentially create, you know. Justice. This is that time. This is the time. This is literally the time that your soul has been waiting for. That is crazy. That's like the Hangman. It was like it's been in this holding period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things seem like they weren't making sense, or that they just weren't clicking into place, or that, you know, this collective might identify as like late bloomer or something like that. And it's like, no, it was a thing of timing as well. You know, and I feel like there's a whole thing, I kind of went into this whole monologue, whatever, about everyone having their own internal clock, you know? And so now we're even switching, it feels like on a collective level, we're switching to a different way of viewing time and dealing with time and all those things, letting go of like the constructs of the matrix and people tapping into their own internal clocks, you know? So if we were to compare ourselves, the moment that the collective has felt, you know, that things weren't clicking into place is when the collective is comparing themselves to other people. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start to feel like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not doing something right. Da 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 da. But when you tune into how you really feel, and you really like recollect on all that you've processed, all that you've gone through, all of the lessons that you've learned, all of the wisdom that you've gained, you know that everything has happened in divine timing. You know, what this is confirming though is that the timing that you've been waiting for things to start clicking is really now. Yes, we have the Nine of Swords popping out and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, collective, I feel it. I feel you. You're like, but really, but how is this going to work? Spirit's about to, I feel like they're like, how many times do we got to tell you that you have to do the thing first? You have to take that leap of faith first. You have to create that thing first. You have to take the first step first. You are on the front line. Take the first step, you know? But I do feel like, as cliche as it is, it sounds like it's like giving me like Eight of Swords in reverse, literally. And that's 8-8. 8-8, you know? But, you know, that cliche saying like, but what if I fall? But what if you fly? You know what I'm saying? It's that, you know? But what if I fall? What if this doesn't work? What if I can't make any money from it? What if? They're like, but what if all these good things happen? You know, like, you would never know. And that is one thing that I know that this collective is not doing, is living with regrets as the Six of Cups comes out, the past. But this is upright, meaning that this is an opportunity to rewrite your past. This is the opportunity to allow your inner child to be integrated, to allow your imagination to come out and not the what ifs. You know what I'm saying? Three of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. They're saying that as much, hold on, I had a thought and it just left me. They're saying this is like a second chance. It's like level 2, something like that. But it feels like I'm getting like two different things. It feels like become a student of life, become curious, not defensive. You know what I'm saying? That's like message 1. Second message is, as much as this feels like a choice, and of course it is free will. You have free will. You know what I'm saying? But in your heart's truest desire, I feel like this collective knows that they don't have a choice. Like, they have to do this. You know what I'm saying? This is literally what your soul came here for. We have the Lovers in reverse. And we have the Page of Swords. It's like there is actually, when you really sit with yourself, and like I said, this collective doesn't feel like you're someone that would want to live with any kind of regret, and having an opportunity to create the life that you really want to create. I do believe that you are going to develop or like muster up this courage or whatever. You're going to work through your fears. You know what I'm saying? You've been going through this healing journey. You know how to deal with your triggers. This is the message right now. But it feels like they're saying that you're going to be learning something new. It feels like, as like sad as it kind of sounds, it's like you're not used to being recognized. You're not used to accolades. You're not used to, recognition. You're not used to collaboration. You're not used to, you're used to all that other negative stuff and kind of being isolated, or having to be isolated, or having to let go of people. This is a level 2 new chapter. Become curious about people that want to work with you. Become curious about learning new things. Become curious about, like, if you feel like you want to create something you don't know how, ask about it. Reach out to someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, do the class, do the thing. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like, though, what's kind of coming through is that you don't need to take another class. I don't know if this collective has taken a lot of classes, done a lot of research, and that also contributes to like the, stagnation in taking action sometimes. But I feel like they're more so become a student of life, like put yourself in the arena, you may be surprised at who wants to help you right now, because everybody that is aligned with this collective is also feeling the call to expand, to move into unity consciousness, to move with an open heart. So you're not the only one that is also feeling this way. And so there are more people that are aligned with collaboration than I think that we would automatically assume based off of our previous experiences, But it's so interesting to me that it just feels like, it almost feels like there's, on a soul level, you don't feel like you have a choice because you feel so called to do it, to create. You know what I'm saying? The Queen of Cups. You said, you're right, can't be a potential winner without participating to begin with. Exactly. It just feels like this is a soul calling. Like, and whatever is for you is not going to miss you. It's more about you feeling ready. And even as I said that, they're like, no, you're not going to feel ready. You need to take the first step, even if you have doubt. You know what I'm saying? But even, it just feels like it's prolonging the process, or you're going to do it with a little bit of fear. And then once you dispel that little bit of fear, you're going to realize that, like, you can do things. That's what courage is like not allowing the fear to stop you doing it scared. You know what I'm saying? Doing it with a little bit of doubt, doing it with, and then just working through that, moving through that, and building that muscle of like confidence, You said, I never really feel ready enough. I just keep isolating, prepping instead of doing. Girl, who you telling? You say, we do have celebration. That's what I'm saying. This collective is not used to accolades. This collective is not used to feeling safe. This collective is not used to structure and stability. It's used to like just having to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, But there is recognition here for something. There is celebration. It does feel like this graduation. And like I said, there's just this soul calling with this Queen of Cups, this knowing that you have this gnosis from your heart space that is guiding you into what to do next. So I would say that this is a beautiful reading. You know what I'm saying? You said, hi, hello. We have 4 swords on the bottom of the deck, meaning I really feel like this is like the invitation to just surrender those doubts, those fears, those worries to spirit, connect with your spirit team. It has to be a daily practice to be connecting at your altar space. Or if you don't have time throughout the day for whatever reason, when you lay down for the night, say, do that. Talk to them. Pray about it. Give your worry to them. And like literally like be like, can you take this fear from me? Take this doubt from me. Take this, like, transform it for me. Like, ask the Divine Mother to transform these things for you, into transform my fears into confidence, transform my fears and my doubts into, power and abundance. And like, just speak beautifully over your life and think the best thoughts, because what's coming for you is coming for you is coming for you. Are you going to be ready for it? some positive affirmations to wrap up the reading. Let's see. End it on a good note. I feel like this is such a beautiful reading. Let's see. We have the more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. I love that. My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. I love that more. You said perfect reading. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I guess thank you, Spirit, for like allowing me to channel this message. You know what I'm saying? I bring peace with me wherever I go. Owning my power inspires others to do the same. I am not afraid to shine. And I trust that my intuition is always leading me in the right direction. Beautiful. That is the reading for the day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I do only have them available through atouchofvenus.com. And I have the option to split the payments up in 4 payments for those that, you know, need that option. I try to make it accessible. I do have pay what you can, pay what you want workshops on my website as well. And if you join my email list, I am going to be announcing upcoming retreats, things that I'm trying to put together in the near future. Okay. I hope that you guys have a beautiful night. Love Angel 222 just joined. I hope that you guys, or also if you didn't see this reading, you know, in fullness, it'll be posted on my YouTube video. Obviously, I'm done channeling. I'm done talking. My words aren't, you know, coming out. My YouTube channel has all of my timeless collective messages that I post here, that I do with TikTok. I post them on YouTube. So if you guys can check that out, I would really appreciate it. If you can subscribe, I would really love that support. And that's a way for us to stay connected. Okay? Have a beautiful night. Good night.